Let's make sure everybody get in here. Let's make sure everybody can hear me. Let's make sure everybody get in here and everybody can hear me. We had a mic up. We have everything turned up. Clap one time if you hear me. Clap two times if you hear me. Pretty sure everybody can hear me today. Pretty sure everybody can hear me today. Good morning, folks. This is your host, Achille Page, and this is the F&E podcast. This is season 2. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining. This morning, we're going to get into a little bit about financial. Let's see. What is it like to really have your way financially? That's what we're going to get into. Okay? Am I having my way financially? Probably not. Probably not, but I do know the steps to take to get there. And we all working on the path. Hopefully everybody path at the end of the day will get to having our way financially. Um, I'm gonna bring y'all in with a song. Though. I'm gonna bring y'all in with a song. That way, give people a little bit of time to join and let people know I'm in here. You know what I'm saying? All right. And that's Young Dolph, but believe me, y'all go search him up on YouTube, RP Young Dolph. Um, so, so, what is it like to have your way financially, okay? Is having your way financially is just having a lot of money? Is that having your way financially? No, that's not having your way financially. It is not, okay? Ultimately, knowledge is power, okay? The more you become knowledgeable about finance, the more power you'll have. Um, just the more knowledge you gain, period, the more knowledge you have. But in this world, nothing beats finance. How much does it cost to travel nowadays? We just said on the last episode that it was $5 for a gallon of gas. Okay, we just said gas costs $5 by the gallon. Excuse me, we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together. Okay, that's one reason why I do this in the morning, just so I can enhance my communication skills. Okay, so yeah, we just said that gas was $5 by the gallon. Okay, so it costs to travel. Um, how much does it cost to eat? Does anybody eat for free nowadays? Do you know anybody out here know anybody that's eating for free nowadays? So know kind of cost to eat as well. What are you consuming? What are the things you eating? Are you eating $5 meals? Are you eating $15 meals? Are you eating 25 or $50 meals? Okay. Um, are you grocery shopping? These things are all considerations when we talk about having our way financially, okay? Um, not necessarily what kind of car you're driving. I don't think that really matters because if one person is driving one fancy car but somebody has six cars, six basic cars, then I'm pretty sure that they're they're living up to the standard of that one car. You know what I'm saying? So not really mattering about the cars you drive. Stability in the home is one, not really about the size of your home because again, what if, you know, a person's renting a mansion or I don't know people that rent mansions, so let me not say that. Mm, let's just say people who rent condos. Condos are pretty big, depending on what kind of condo it is and where at. But and then you got somebody that's owning a mobile home. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it kind of balances out. So financing, when you talk about having your way, I think it's more about the character um and judgment that we carry when we make our financial decisions. Okay, so to me, or personally, uh there are standards that society puts us in. Okay, these society um kind of stereotypes the way life is supposed to be lived. Okay, and that's not correctly true. That's not true at all because ultimately life is what you created to be and what you make it to be. Okay, so don't ever let this stereotypical or stereotype that society puts on us or stigma that they put on us think that you have to live up to the stigma. Okay, if you're doing everything that you need to do in your life, then the stigma don't pertain to you. I really just think that this stigma is kind of like it's kind of like it's kind of like a balance, like a leveler to just where people at in life, and just because somebody's at a different spot than somebody else is at in life right now doesn't mean that they're living two different paths. Okay, so me okay, financially you can have $100,000 if you're living if you're living with 4 to 5 to not eliminate not having your way. To me, I think that is getting by. They call them people. And don't get me wrong. Everybody has their own path. So I'm just talking. But ultimately, if you had that much money, I feel like you should be able to maintain living on your own. Shouldn't have to worry about living with 4 to 5 people. Um, many things, stigmas that life put on people to make it seem as if they're not doing their job correct, or to make it seem as if they're behind in life. Okay, and as a black man, it's hard to overcome all these things. Okay, not to say other nationalities don't have it rough. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure other nationalities have it rough as well. But for us to overcome the stigma is a little bit more because we have a little bit more stigma put onto us. Okay, so it's kind of hard to just how you live above the stigma that society puts out there. Okay, so we as people, we tend to judge. Okay, and and a lot of people's beliefs, we shouldn't be judging anybody, but people tend to judge to sometimes to make their self feel better, sometimes to figure out the truth, sometimes to figure out a lie. You know what I'm saying? We all judge for many reasons. Okay. Now, have I ever met a person that do not judge? Nah, I have not. Everybody pretty much judges you from first contact, from the minute that you're speaking to them, from the first time that you make eye contact to them. So, um, the judgments that are passed upon us also put us in these stigmas that society kind of has these stereotypical categories for people whose income is probably not so great, um, whose labor is way too high, uh, whose time is never gotten back. But it's only one person that really could judge all of that. The only person that could judge that is you. So only you can really tell or put your stigma. You put the stigma on yourself. If you let society put a stigma on you, then that's kind of I'm not gonna say that's kind of on you, but you kind of still have to figure yourself out in life. You're gonna have to still figure yourself out because life stigma. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I hope I ain't wake him up. Life's stigma. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Because life's stigmas hinders or excels folks. Okay, and what I mean by that is some people ultimately lives above the stigma, which is above the bar. Some people live below the stigma, which is below the bar. Some people that's below the bar think they live above the bar. Some people that's above the bar thinking they living below the bar. Okay, so ultimately the stigma that life put on us is all psychological mind thing to basically get people to start working and moving and doing the things that we do on day to day basis, right? So you got to know where to put yourself at. You don't let nobody tell you where you at in life. You know what I'm saying? You have to know where to put yourself at. You have to know what crowds to put yourself in. You have to know what peers to surround yourself with. You have to know which job and which career ultimately is going to fit just you. Okay. Now, does it trickle down and other people benefit from the things that you reap? Yes. Yes. So if you want to bring people along, you can, but it starts with you. Okay. Um, and you can do a lot of things, or you could just sit back and do nothing. So that's there for y'all. I'm gonna leave. Oh, I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna give y'all the daily motivation for the day, and then we're gonna come in with a little music to we're gonna come in with a little music to skip segments, okay? Never say mean words out of anger. Your anger will pass, but your mean words can scar a person for life. So use kind words or be silent. It's crazy that that is the motivation of the day because when we get back, we're going to jump straight into that. Okay? We're going to jump straight into that. That is actually perfect. Okay? So let's take a break here. All right, all right. We are back, and Never say mean words out of anger. Your anger will pass, but your mean words can scar a person for life. So use kind words or be silent. Okay? So you never know what mark you can leave on somebody, okay, by the words that you say. That's why here at the F&E podcast, we always try to remain positive and motivational. We want people always to see the best in themselves. You know what I'm saying? We want them to see the best that they can be financially. Um, here we're just big on finance. I think my main thing and the only thing that I want to help people with is finance. Okay, so it's a lot of other things that I am useful for, but here at this show, in the morning show, financially, I just want people to learn life tips, financial tips, uh, financial habits, um, responsible spending, uh, just anything that can help grow their wealth, learning how to save, learning how to control your ego, learning how to just be the best person that you can be. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to push positivity. It's hard for positivity to be pushed. Nowadays all you see in the media is negativity, like negative things going on, negative events. You don't really see too much of the positive things. We see people graduating, but at the same time, we see people graduating, we see funerals. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it goes hand in hand. Um, what I'm more so talking about is the agenda or the algorithm of positivity being pushed. Is not really a lot out there. We see we see a lot of negative comments being made about other people. We see a lot of negative comments being made about other people's lifestyle. We see just a lot of negative comments in general from people now than years ago. I remember years ago when I was coming up, we had to go outside to go see our friends. We couldn't just text our friends to see what they was doing. We had to go to their house. Nowadays, um, people is just a text away. People use the phone for communication. Uh, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. But it's more to it than just what this new era has allowed. Okay, and it's kind of the millennials' fault because we kind of let things go a certain way, but at the same time, we still grounded. So I don't know what happened to the next. But all in all, I say this to say, if you want positivity to be pushed, follow things, change your peer group, change the people you talking to, change the people you network with, change the people you work with. Ultimately, it all starts within you. Okay, so never say mean words out of anger. Your anger will pass, but your mean words can scar a person for life. So use kind words or be silent. Sometimes the best things are left unsaid. Okay, it's not always. You don't always have to be right. You don't always have to be the person to say something last. Sometimes the best things are left unsaid. Okay. And I just remember a couple conversations remember certain events where I probably haven't said the best of things to people, and I don't know how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, did I ever go back and ask? I probably didn't. If I did, um, I would be ecstatic that I did that because you never, you never know how you make a person feel off of the things that you say. Okay, now how you make a person feel off of the things that you do because the person's going to show you how they feel. But 9 times out of 10, when you say things, the person not going to show you how they feel just because you said so. Saying because it leads back to some things are better left unsaid. Hola, hola, hello, hello. How are you? Thank you for joining. This is the F&E podcast. Hope you take something, run with it, leave with it, learn from it, and grow from it. Okay. Uh, I want to start talking about how to make your money work for you. Hey, shout out to India. Shout out to India out here. We got India in the building. Shout out to India out there. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, thank you, man. Thank you for joining. Anytime you see me out here, hey, I'm gonna hook you up. Inbox me, and we're gonna send you a care package, you know, courtesy of the F&E podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's what we like to do for our fans. Inbox me. Inbox me, we'll get back to you. Um, so now I was just about to get into something before, I had that interaction. So, what was I about to get into? We was just talking about some things being better left unsaid. We was about to move into saving, how to make your money work for you. Okay. So ultimately the goal in life and everybody goal in life is retirement. When we get to retirement, we want to know how can we keep revenues flowing, or how can we get to enough revenue to where you feel comfortable that you can retire. Okay. And it all starts with your savings account and what you're doing with your savings account and how much you are saving annually, quarterly. Uh, these things ultimately affect when and how your retirement was shaped to be. Okay, so now, a couple of things that I've learned is people tend to start a savings and dip into the savings once their personal accounts are depleted. Okay, this is not what you want to do. You don't want to do that. Ultimately, it puts you back into a financial rut. It puts you back into the lower class. It puts you back into poverty. Okay, and we want to stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? We want to stay above that poverty line, above the poverty level. Okay, and some ways to do this is called passive income. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. It's passive income. Okay, so we have to learn how to generate passive income. Okay, or passive revenue. All right, a lot of people like to say revenue. I say income, same thing, but passive revenue. All right, we have to learn how to make our money work for us and not us working for our money. Okay, so it's a lot of things. It's a lot of businesses, or it's a lot of small things you can indulge in that that generates income slowly. Okay, so First, you want to learn what you want or how you want to earn your passive income. Is it in long term stocks? Is it in parking lots? Is it in vending machines? I mean, ultimately, you make the decision, but these are all things that generate revenue yearly, annually, that you don't have to tend to. I mean, you probably have to maintenance it a couple times, just to make sure the upkeep is good. But other than that, you don't have to work. Your money works for you. Ultimately, I was thinking about investing inside of a parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Like just start my own, like building out, start my own parking lot and putting parking meters there because people need places to park. I haven't decided a place where geographically yet. I don't know if I want to be north, east, south, or west, but I have been looking at plots, like little landfill plots that you can make and turn into a parking lot. I know people that know how to lay concrete. That's not going to be expensive. Taking and leveling the dirt and stuff like that. My uncle taught me how to do that. So I mean, we can go out there and I could do that. And once that parking lot is made and them parking meters is up, I don't have to go work there. When people come, they're gonna have to pay the meter or they're gonna get towed. And that's how tow people ultimately make their money. It's just the way the world goes. Or, the vending machine route, it might take you might not get your money back in the first year, but the second year, everything after that is yours. So again, me, I've been looking at vending machines and parking lots. That's passive income. That's income that ultimately I don't ever have to work for, and I could go collect. Sometimes we get so caught up in, oh, I'm making this, how much I can make, how much I can make, and it's people out here that's letting it make it for them. These are just slow routes. That's why it's called passive income. Okay? So so it's way faster routes. Many people like to use short-term stocks, day trading, leveraging and all, like some things of that sort can be a short-term route. What else is a short-term route? Side gigs. These are not passive revenues. I keep saying passive over because um I can hear the pop filter in the mic. But side gigs are ultimately, those are short term short term ways, are earned, like ways to get revenue, okay? That's not passive, that's more so assertive income. All right, those is the people that actually go out there cutting grasses, a side gig that people do, or some people turn that into a main gig and live off of cutting grass. I have seen people do that as well. I've seen people create their own companies off of side gigs and flourish into, you know, big name companies. So again, ultimately what this means is you are the controller. You hold the key to the destiny, and the destiny cannot be fulfilled until you open the door. You keep on living with the door closed, you're gonna keep on getting the same results. Sometimes it's about chance. Uh, it's about sacrifice. What are you willing to give up to get? Um, it's about decision making. It's about maintaining, and it's about self control. And I'm really thankful that I got to sit here and I get to sit here today and even talk about these things, to even shed light upon others, for others to even find or listen to my point of view. Ultimately, these things is the reasons why we're not going to quit. What we're going to do is we're going to give you another song for a brief intermission. We're going to come back, one more segment, and then we're going to wrap it up for today. Um, thank y'all for joining the F&E podcast. We will be right back. all right, and we are back. We are back. All right, we are back. Now, let's talk about some top money topics, okay? I know a lot of people in the world today they care about this fire movement that people got going on. I don't know if y'all really familiar with this movement, but if y'all go search up fire, you know what I'm saying, you'll get to see what that's about. It's about financial independence and it continues to evolve as well. All right. Now, why is this one of the most top topics today? All right. Because people really need financial advice. It's people really out here that don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? People don't know what they're doing. People just out here spending money, buying things, buying unnecessary things, things that have no worth to it, that's going to depreciate soon as you're done using it. Um, which is important inside debt reduction. Debt reduction that reduces debt reduction, reducing wasteful spending. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's just it's a lot of things that are it's a lot of topics that people are really out here listening for. Um, Another and a very big one I have known is market volatility. Uh, that's where it's really booming at. People want to know how and where to catch the next dollar at real estate investing. People want to know where their next home is going to be. Um, so I see a lot of these financial podcasts keeping up with topics of these or topics of such. Okay. Um, if I was y'all, I would find one, stick to it, listen to it, grow from it, and ultimately apply it to your life because these podcasts, all we out here doing is basically out here trying to help the regular people. You know what I'm saying? It's people who talks about other people who we want to help. Because ultimately, we don't even have to be talking about nobody else if we all have everything handled or taken care of off of the muscle of our own. You know what I'm saying? Then the stuff that we're talking about and the people that we're talking about is a different subject and a different topic. So you know, a lot of these podcasts is basically just demonstrating basic financial knowledge, sharing my wins and my failures with y'all is great to make things relatable to the average person. Um, and then nowadays, this generation just prefer audio and video visuals. Like if they can catch it visually or if they can catch it, audio, that's just the way the world is moving. You know what I'm saying? So instead of writing long books and having seminars and classes and things of that sort, a lot of financial people are financial gurus, accountants, you know, are turning to podcasts, radio, you know. So this year, this year we're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on bringing more financial content. Okay. We're gonna bring in more representation from the community, more people out there that's just like you. Okay. Um, we don't we don't want to badger you on investing. I don't want to get you to spend your money. That's not what I want. This is not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is basically teach you different ways of income growth. Okay. So if you're looking for one that's just going to be talking about investing and stocks like that, that's probably not this one right here. Okay. We will get into it. I will give you some tips, but I'm not going to overemphasize it. Okay. Because a lot of people will drown in it. You know what I'm saying? They will drown in it. Um, and it's not, we're, I don't want to live up to nobody's hype. Okay. I want to live up to the standard that's expected of us. Okay. So if you're looking for one that's gonna be hype and all that, we will be hype. We will have energy. We will be energetic, but we will not feed into the hype. Meaning, certain events we're not just going to jump into certain opportunities. We will jump into. Okay, so uh, it's okay. Just bear with us. Okay. Um, what I'm going to do is, or what we'll start doing is, we'll start picking like last season. We'll start picking one topic, and we're going to start with that topic and run with that topic the whole week. Next week, it'll be a new topic. Um, we're going to start a money learning hour. All right. We will start a money learning hour. So, look out for that money learning hour. We probably will host it live. It probably will be on Wednesdays. It probably will be on Wednesdays since we already have the shows on Monday mornings and nights. We will probably have a money learning hour on Wednesday noonish, I would say. Still haven't that's not set in stone, but I will get back to you on that. Um and what I'm gonna do is we're gonna track a financial habit that we have, and we're gonna do this live. Everybody's gonna be able to see this, okay? So we're gonna track one financial habit for 30 days and see what this financial habit, if it brings you money or if it loses you money, okay? So we're gonna spice this podcast up just a tad bit, all right? And I thank you all for joining. Remember, never say mean words out of anger. Your anger will pass, but your mean words can scar a person for life. So use kind words or be silent. All right. All right. And I thank you all for joining. When the episode drop, please leave comments, like, share, subscribe. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitch. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok and Facebook as well. Okay, so please like, follow, subscribe, share, help somebody, help somebody. Okay, knowledge is power. Excuse me. Knowledge plus freedom equals power. That's going to fly over so many people's head, but it's so simple. Okay, 1 plus 4 equal 5, don't it? Knowledge plus freedom equals power. Okay. And the breaking news of the day is I don't care. Thank you all for joining. I'm your host, Achille Page. This was an excellent show. I appreciate all my fans. Um, Probably won't see you at 10:45. If I don't see you at 10:45, I will see you next Monday. This is the F&E podcast. Peace.